You asking me to call?
Go on then, see if you can ask me a question, see if I've still got it. Chances are I won't still have it, but let's see.
You have to be clever to do the knowledge.
Bahrain, how are you, mate?
I'm alright, mate. How are you?
I'm not too bad, thank you. So, you're taking my record next week?
Well, this week on Thursday, yeah. This week on Thursday, yeah.
But tell me a bit about how you did the knowledge and how you got on with it.
Well, the knowledge was an adventure, definitely. It was something I'm going to live to remember because I was just new to the country. I came in 2022. I started doing the knowledge in 2023. So I was learning the city, the culture, and the language. Well, I knew how to speak English, but there's a British type of English that I was getting myself familiarized with. So it was kind of taking in everything. So it was definitely quite the journey for me. But obviously my dad's a cab driver, so he was a big support and a mentor for the knowledge. And he was like, I had an examiner in the house. That's how I tell people, because he would like correct me where I was going wrong, because he was on the road as well. So he knows where there's no left, there's no right, where there's changes, one-way systems and all. So he was my call-over partner for the first half before I started calling with my brother. So yeah.
Oh, lovely.
That's the summary, anyway.
Nice. I think I met your brother while I was on the knowledge.
Did you?
I'm sure I did.
Oh, that's interesting. I mean, every single time people meet him, they think they met me. So when they meet me again, they're like, I think I met you before.
But yeah, so I started the knowledge when did I start the knowledge? It was 3 years ago, so about 2023. At the start of it, I just turned 18 and I was working as a fire alarm engineer. Okay. And my work just really dried up. There was just nothing there really. So my uncle said, why don't you have a look at doing the knowledge? Yeah. I thought, yeah, why not? I've always had it in the back of my mind that it was something I wanted to do. And I wasn't clever enough to go to uni or obviously work. I went to college and done like electrical installation. I was never clever enough for uni. So I thought, yeah, okay. So he bought me my first book.
I think the uni, sorry to cut you off, but I think like the uni bit is a bit debatable. I wouldn't say you weren't clever enough to go to uni, because you have to be clever to do the knowledge.
Of course, no, I was street smart. I was working. I was always fixing baths or anything like that, basically. And I just thought, so my uncle bought me my first book, and then my nan and granddad bought me my next two, and I bought my last one, and I loved it. Yeah. And I thought to myself, I don't want to be on the tools for 40, 50 years. So I thought, why not? I started the knowledge, and I done it quite quickly. It took me 2.5 years. I done it in 11 appearances.
We're similar, you know, because I've done it in 2 years and 5 months.
Yeah, so you've done better than me. But like I said, I think we done it at the best age. Yeah, I think it was so easy to take information in. Like to be fair, I take my hat off to you for learning, as well as learning the language and the culture. Obviously, you knew the language, but as in, you know what I mean. And the culture, you were doing. I've really hats off to you. I'll give you the utmost respect for doing that, because it was hard. At times, it was hard. I had times where I thought, oh, I could just do without this. I'll just stay at work. There was times where I thought, oh, really? Getting up on a Saturday morning at 4 o'clock, I'm like, oh, please don't. And then you get through those days. You get to the end, you're like, well, I don't know what to do with myself now. I've spent the last 2.5 years living the same life, and now I ain't got to do it. Yeah. And now all I do is work in the cab.
I mean, it's definitely worth it. Essentially what it is, yeah, I started to do the knowledge. I was working at the time, part-time at McDonald's, and I was going to college. And I was doing acting classes through the week, like in the evenings. So when I started to do the knowledge, I had to stop acting because it was just a lot, and I had just turned 18 as well. So that's why we're very similar in those aspects of like the time we started to do it and everything. Yeah, so I started to do it, and all my friends were like, what? You want to be a cab driver? They could not fathom, like, to understand what it is. Or they would be just asking me like, there's Google Maps.
I've had that the whole way through the knowledge. Yeah. Whole way through it. Why just use Google Maps? That's all I've ever had.
It was definitely quite the journey. And also some names I had to learn because my accent is different and the way they pronounce them. So that was also a challenge that I had when I was going for appearances. Do you have any challenges for the appearances?
I put myself at ease at the beginning. So I love talking. And talking is just something I can do forever. I'd missed a hall for my first appearance. And he's a Crystal Palace fan. Okay. And he was talking about the football after my appearance, because I was the last one up there. Yeah. And I joked about it with him. I said, sir, I don't suppose you're a Crystal Palace fan? And he said, yeah. I said, And he laughed. He said, "Who do you support?" And I'm Millwall, so we're rivals.
Okay.
And he laughed. He said, "Can I change your C to a D?" And then from then on, it put me at ease with the examiners. Sort of. Obviously, I was nervous sitting in that waiting room. I can't explain how nervous you are in that waiting room. Nothing worse, in my opinion. I've boxed. I've done so many different things, and that's the worst. And yeah, barring the nerves before an appearance, once I was in there, I was good as gold. But it was just that bit before, I was like, oh, who's going to call me in? What are they going to ask me?
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean...
Uncertainty of not knowing which
That's it.
have, yeah.
That's exactly it.
Did you need to go, or do you have people in your family who were doing the knowledge at the same time, or do you have neighbours or something?
No, so my uncle was a cab driver.
Okay.
And barring that, I didn't really have a lot, to be honest. But like I said, I like talking to people. So whenever I see a knowledge boy out, I'll be like, pull over. I'll go and talk to him. And that's how I met my two call-over partners, Mark and Paul. And that's basically, I had a few like others around that, but those two were the main two that I finished the knowledge with. And they're the ones I still speak to out on the roads now. And they're, yeah, bang on really. But I mean, like I said, I met your brother in Lewisham.
Yeah.
And he said, like, come and call over with me and my brother. And at the time, I had 4 call over partners all at the same time. I said to him, listen, I got a lot on at the moment. He said, but if any of them drop out, I'll give you a phone. And so I got Addy's number for ages. And it didn't come through. But yeah, you can imagine, we both would have been calling together and then we both would have got it done.
We would have been calling together and get our ex near the same
That's
time.
it, imagine. That would have been an experience. Call Manor Station to Gibson Square then, I'll do the run after.
You're asking me to call? I have not called in like 4 months. No. I should be able to call that one. Leave on left. Leave on left Green Lanes, right Brownswood Road, left Blackstock Road, forward Highbury Park, forward Highbury Grove, right St Paul's Road, left Connor and Bahrain Road, right Highbury Corner, left Upper Street, right Barnsbury Street, left Milner Square, forward Milner Place. Yeah, and then Gibson Square.
Go on then, see if you can ask me a question, see if I've still got it. Chances are I won't still have it, but let's see. So what's the next one? 4-0 Square to
Queen Square.
Queen Square. So you leave by Matilda Street, right Copenhagen Street, left Caledonian Road, left Carnegie Street, right Muriel Street, forward Rodney Street, forward Penton Rise, bare left King's Cross Road, right Acton Street, left Grazing Road, right Guildford Street, left Guildford Place, forward Loudons Conduit Street, right Great Ormond Street, left into Queen Square. All right then, Bahrain, it was lovely to meet you, mate. I'll see you out on the roads on Thursday then, yeah?
100%, yeah, I'll see you then. Sweet, mate. Yeah, amazing. I'm excited to make money with you.
Don't follow me, I'm earning all the money.
Oh no, you know where the money is. I'm gonna follow you, definitely. Yeah, I'm gonna follow him. He knows where exactly the money is, so I'll go with him. Amazing. It was nice. It was nice doing this.
Where are we off to?